Hi, and welcome back to the next episode of Bite Size Book Buzz. Today I am joined by Nicole Jarvis from Bloomsbury, Erica Melnichuk from Penguin Random House, and Chris Connolly from HarperCollins. Take it away, Nicole.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Jarvis from Bloomsbury, and I'm going to be presenting The Mask Falling. This is the fourth novel in the New York Times best-selling Bone Season series. Following on Samantha's recent success with The Priory of the Orange Tree, which was a New York Times bestseller and received fabulous reviews and has been selling great in paperback too. If you had customers who loved Priory, get them started on the Bone Season series, which is fantastically imagined and gets better with every book. And in this one, we're traveling abroad. Our hero, Dreamwalker Paige Mahoney, has eluded death once again. Snatched from the jaws of captivity and consigned to a safe house in the Scion Citadel of Paris, she finds herself caught between opposing parties who want to use her for their own ends. Paige embarks on an adventure that will lead her from the catacombs of Paris to the glittering hallways of Versailles. Her risks promise high reward. The Parisian underworld could yield the means to escalate her English rebellion to outright war as the evil empire of Scion widens its bounds and the free world trembles in its shadow. The Mask Falling is a gripping, fantastical new addition to this intoxicating urban fantasy series that will leave readers begging for more. Shannon is adapting the books for an 8-part TV series, which will be produced by Luna Park in the UK and will receive major US distribution, though we don't have a timeline for that yet, and I do have galleys available. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Erica Melnichuk, representing the Penguin Random House Library Marketing Team. And it's so good to be here with you today and with my fellow library marketers to buzz about an upcoming fantasy fairy tale title that people around our office have been really excited about. And even in these virtual times, their enthusiasm has been coming through. So I bring to you The Witch's Heart. And let's make it look really pretty. There we go. The Witch's Heart is for fans of retellings of myth and fable and readers of Circe and Norse mythology and the Bear and the Nightingale. When a banished witch falls in love with legendary trickster Loki, she risks the wrath of the gods in this moving, subversive debut novel that reimagines Norse mythology. Genevieve Gornichec breathes new life and nuance into familiar heroes such as Odin, Thor, Loki, and Freya. The story begins where most witches' tales ends, with a burning. A punishment from Odin for refusing to provide him with knowledge of the future. The fire leaves Angbora injured and powerless, and she flees into the farthest reaches of a remote forest. And there she is found by a man who reveals himself to be Loki, and her initial distrust of him transforms into a deep and abiding love. Their union produces 3 children, each with an unusual characteristic and a secret destiny. And Angbora is keen to raise them safely hidden from Odin's all-seeing eye. But as she slowly recovers her prophetic powers, she learns that her blissful life and possibly all of existence is again in danger. She must choose whether she'll accept the fate that she's foreseen for her beloved family or rise to remake their future. And author blurbs are already pouring in for this wonderful debut novel. The eGalley is available on Edelweiss and NetGalley, and I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I have. Thank you.
All right.
Relinquish control.
All right, thank you, Erica. Hello, I am Chris Connolly with HarperCollins Publishers, and it is my pleasure to talk about ta-da! The Night Always Comes by Willy Vlautin. Personally, one of my favorite authors. I can see Annie's excitement there in the little thumbnail. So Willy Vlautin's the author of 5 previous novels, including his previous book, Don't Skip Out on Me, which was an ALA notable book. And Willy always writes about the hardships in the lives of working class citizens in the United States. And he always does it with tenderness and deeply felt humanity. And he continues that with this book that follows Lynette, who's 30 years old. She has bad credit. She has multiple jobs, but she is diligently working to improve herself and ultimately buy a house in a rapidly gentrifying Portland, Oregon, where Willy's based. But her mom makes an extreme decision one day that suddenly puts all of these plans at risk. And this story is told over the course of 2 days and 2 nights as Lynette desperately is going throughout Portland to find money in the funds to secure this house. So that propulsive element is, I think, new for Willy, but the characters that are just so finely written and heartfelt will be completely familiar to previous fans, but I do think this will win him over many, many new readers as well. So again, I think he's just a special author. I will send you any of his backlist if you want it. And then look out for this book coming April 6th. So that is The Night Always Comes by Willy Vlautin.
I don't normally interject, but I love Willy Vlautin so much, and I'm so excited. Anyway, hello. Today I am going to talk about a book that I am an incredibly huge fan of, Paper Bullets by Jeffrey Jackson. I'm incredibly excited about this book. It's a true story. Most importantly, though, it is a little-known tale of these two incredibly brave, creative women, Lucy Schwab and Suzanne Malherbe. They were artists. They lived in Paris. They had been lovers for decades. They moved to the Jersey Island in the British Channel, and then World War II happened and Nazis invaded their island, and they did what they could do to help subvert the Nazi troops. So they planted these paper bullets on soldiers in their cars, in their newspapers, like in between the pages, they would stick in these little paper bullets, and the paper bullets had fictional dialogue designed to demoralize troops, calls to rebel, wicked insults against Hitler, and so this was what they were able to do, and it was incredibly dangerous, but they knew that they needed to stand up to what was going on. So they were eventually captured and sentenced to death, but they survived the end of the war, and today they are better known by their artist names of Marcel Moore and Claude Cahun. So if you Google those names, you'll see this incredible gender-bending art that they had created in their lifetimes. And this book is amazingly researched. So if you have readers of LGBTQ history or political resistance art, World War II history, obviously, there's so much in this to read. It would be an amazing book club book for nonfiction book clubs. Douglas Brinkley and Hampton Sides have rave reviews for it. And it got a Kurt-starred review that said, drawing on archival and genealogical sources, the women's own writings and histories of the period, Jackson creates a vivid picture of the tense, fearsome atmosphere of Jersey under Nazi occupation and the perils of resistance, a unique World War II history and absorbing story of two bold, unconventional women. It is on NetGalley and Edelweiss now. It goes on sale November 10th, and I hope that you read it and enjoy it. So that is it for us today. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Bite Size Book Buzz, and we will be back next week with a whole bunch of brand new books. Thank you.